talk to the racist in a minute. I want to sell my bag of trash so I can stop carrying it. Hi, do you buy trash?
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
I mean, narrowing it down to the character that literally was just labeled the racist, though. What's that magazine?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of two girls kiss.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Don't let John gaslight you into thinking that people are racist.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
I approve of this. Very futuristic. Forget about all that. What's this? Fashion Police with the feature.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
I'm not gonna point out her hat. I'm gonna point out me and my sick outfit and my bag of trash. Your lazy eyes scan up and down your body, assessing the situation.
No, I don't think so.
What? But I have trash.
Fashion police. We're the real police.
What is this?
I don't know. Frit?
And what is a frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier.
She chews on her gum with disgust.
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Jan, you're all pushing the racist Kim standpoint. (7-Eleven) called 7-Eleven because those were the hours. Alright. Getting some real life lore here. Alright, let's just keep going.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Tell me about the dead body.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Do you know the man who died?
Not really.
Really means you knew him a little.
No. I didn't know him at all.
Okay. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Do you guys have a warehouse?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
This is important.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Wait, but how do I sell this person my trash?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Did neither of you put together that 7-Eleven was their hours and that's why it's called that? Are you actually discovering that for the first time right now? Or is this like a joke? I don't understand what's happening.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
I mean, I bet some 7-Elevens are still open from 7 to 11, but, like, probably not, because most, like, I guess maybe if it's the convenience store 7-Eleven, but some of them are gas stations now. You're Brazilian, you don't have 7-Elevens. 7-Elevens are like a dying breed. They like hardly even exist here anymore. I don't want to buy any of this medicine. I want to sell you my cans.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Yeah, but like we don't have many convenience stores, just like in general, right?
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle.
I'm not talking.
A richer man now.
I'm not talking about like 7-Eleven like as a convenience store. I mean it like as a gas station. I mean as a convenience store. Like 7-Eleven as a standalone convenience store is kind of rare, versus it being a part of a gas station or whatever.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Did I sell all of my bottles in one go?
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
Yeah, that's not a ton. Ocean, what is the, are you familiar with what 7-Eleven is? What's the Brazilian equivalent?
Is this about the questions again?
Okay. And what, she sells cigarettes back there? Yeah, I'm not too interested in that. Alright, let's check out what's over here, and then talk to the... Oh yeah, let's put our bag away. Sorry, bag. We don't have standalone convenience stores either. Only annexed to gas stations and drugstores. Yeah, I mean, like, as far as I'm aware, I've only ever seen one standalone convenience store, I think. Like, I don't think they're that common where I live.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Yeah, Cal, you're on the Googles, right? Who started that merger? When did that become a trend? Announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed to you. It's addressed to the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Get him, Kim.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
You're undermining our best shot. Yeah, okay, that was what my thing said.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
Like, are the people that are like, why the F would I go here to get a candy bar? They don't even have gas. I mean, I imagine that it started because of truck driving, right? And that whole industry. Because truck drivers, like, have to stop to get gas as they're long hauling stuff. And then, you know, they also need to eat and sleep and, like, that kind of stuff. So then Like that's kind of what brought on the like maybe convenience stores and gas station was so like truck drivers had somewhere to like get food and coffee and like that kind of stuff. That'd be my guess is that it started because of the truck driving industry. And it was getting gas out in the middle of nowhere, but then not being able to like have food or go to the bathroom.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave.
I think autonomous freight would be the death of a lot of like, small towns as well as like convenience stores and gas stations all along the like highway systems. Because like a lot of towns kind of rely on the highways to bring in traffic and like I don't know, like a lot of truck drivers are the ones using a lot of those different connecting roads that connect from at least in America from state to state. So get rid of those and there goes away a lot of their business.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Finger pistols can.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Alright.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
The current conventional theory is that autonomous vehicles would make really long commutes more tolerable, and small towns would grow like crazy. It depends. Like, I don't know. I guess because then long commutes would be better, so then people could live further away from cities, and so people might actually like, it's going to be way cheaper for me to buy a house or build a house out in the middle of nowhere because autonomous vehicles will mean I can leave my house at 3 a.m. to go to work, but I don't really have to pay attention to the road or anything. But at the same time, like, I don't know, there's the idea too of like having it be faster, I guess too, but I feel like we'd first see corporations probably buying up small town areas and like starting to change them before that becomes a thing that like the average person starts having access to. And I think it'll do its damage first because they'll get it to screw over the truck driving industry and then make sure that like and then those small towns will kind of get worse for a while before they get better. That's just my take. I found this mug. Is it yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Yeah, corporates are gonna fuck over small towns way before we get to fully auto vehicles. Yeah, that's kind of like my standpoint with it.
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going on?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Sounds like a cover story.
Look, as detective. I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges.
He loses his patience for explaining it.
Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative. For a person from Grad, you think?
So they grow apples in Grad?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
It's not south and they don't grow apples.
Says who?
It's literally in the name.
Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those Koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk. Those degenerates from Grad.
Okay, so it's an ethnic slur?
Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
Let me see the apples.
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
I'm just gonna leave this dude. I think that's enough. The Whirling in Rags. Okay, so the only other new areas are down here, talk to this guy, and then that building that was by Mr. Cool, and then it's jumping down to get my cape or cloak or whatever that was. So I'm gonna head down this way first. Oh, missed the stairs. Oh, what's this? Health item, always good.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Okay. Hello, person.
Good day to you, officers.
Oh, good day.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
What are you doing?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
Nice.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
The man on the waterlock picks the skin of a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite. What happened?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershell.
You both, like, messaged at the exact same time about the salami. They, like, popped into chat, like, literally at the same time. It's pretty funny.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Oh, dude, can I have some salami?
Sure thing.
Nice.
It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy, The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too, officer?
Kim.
Why not?
Nice. Kim takes it.
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
Just some boys sharing salami. Yeah, Kim's a really good character. I really like Kim too.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Alright, well, good luck with this. I guess I'll have to come back here every day. Why all the Kim hate there, Jan? This place has a very sinister tone to it. Some kind of machine, anti-cash register. Bust of a woman. Black simply says DEI. The dark film projector's wrong way. Welcome to the pawn shop. Yo, was my gun here?
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you
What
slowly.
can I do for you?
Shake your head. It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in these parts.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Yeah.
It keeps me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
Oof, that's a low chance. Alright, let's do it.
Okay,
Ah!
he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
You gotta wear fingerless gloves to know about drugs. That's a slogan for like a anti-kids, like anti what is it? Dare is the thing here. Let's see. Do you happen to have any guns, like ones carried by the cops?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Oh. Oh, my morale.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Was the buyer a policeman?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Oh, no.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Maybe she's a vigilante and wants to prove she can do our jobs better?
It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking justice into her own hands.
So let's see. Any idea where I can find them?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
So I sold you my gun.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Well, at least now I know what happened.
Of course.
Am I ever gonna find the password to the box thing? Because it was worth 50 Rachol or whatever, and selling it might, help me pay off my debt so I don't have to sleep on the streets.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Like, look, this is worth 50 bucks. Imagine paying off debt. Do something. Jesus. You are gonna find it, but not for a couple days. Okay. Thanks for the tip.
Another time, perhaps.
It'd be nice to get, like, if I could ask, like, a physical description for the woman, but, like, I guess
Sure,
not.
then.
Alright, aid in
I
investigation.
doubt it,
Know,
but
any-
I can try and answer any questions you may have.
know anything about the recent hanging? You are gonna find out in a couple of days. So, like, my experience with, like, I don't know, kind of like point and click RPGs is like playing like the old Fallout games and like, I don't know, and like Divinity and stuff. So like it was kind of always in the situation of like, yeah, like if you don't find something, you don't find it. Maybe you didn't have the stats or something, so then you're gonna move on from this area or whatever. So then like give up on it and sell your thing. But I honestly don't know how this game works. So like that is a very good backseat right there because it's like, oh yeah, I would have been pissed if I sold this. So thank you. I appreciate it. Know anything about the hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
It's fair.
He doesn't know anything.
Alright.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Alright, bye. Sell it anyways. What, just like out of spite for myself?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in
It's one of the reasons.
others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
It's one of the reasons why like I would like make it like a tag on like even on my about page, like, yeah, the first thing I want people to know about my channel is please backseat me, because if I'm gonna play games like this, I'm gonna need it. And like there's a good chance Nier Automata might be the next game, and like, yeah, I'll definitely want some backseating there. Last time I tried to play it, I got stuck fishing for like 12 hours and then never played it again.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
These are the cavalry.
I used to be very serious about my Franco-Nigerian knights.
Those are the dusty figurines. Inspect the blue.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
I feel like you fishing for 12 hours was less about the game and more about you, though. I don't know. Sometimes you fished up like there was like unique fish. There was like rare items you could get that could sell for a lot. There was the whole thing like right like when it taught me how to fish. There was like a shop that you like purchased upgrades for. So I like caught a bunch of fish and like got like 2 rare ones, and were able to purchase like the upgrades for my character. I don't know. I feel like the game was pushing me to fish. And so then like I sat and fished forever at one spot, then discovered another spot and sat and fished forever there. I don't know. It was a fishing game. Plus in what was it? Near Assault or whatever that one was. Literally like one of the best weapons in the game. You could only craft through fishing, basically. There was like a super rare fish that you had to get in order to craft the best weapon in the game. So I don't know. I feel like having that past knowledge like has just made it like, I better do this. Oh, that looks like the guy.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
I wish it was more nuanced.
I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
They rewarded you early on and then you were hooked. Automata is just some money, completionist thing, or a trophy or something. Fishing is pointless. Better ways to farm. Automata actually has the best farming in any game I've ever played. I don't know, did you play Yakuza 0?
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
What is this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
What?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points at the decapitated figurine.
50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
I want to buy the little figure.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Nice. Right, we had some things happen.
Lonesome, long way home.
What is this?
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Okay, that seems like a fond memory. Learning cap for perceptions raised to 5. Speed gives us 1 psi. White morning. Plus 20% to our zoom out distance. All motorics learning caps raised by 1. We're not going to read this one. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you.
Finger pistols, 9mm. Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had? It would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a gunfight.
Gain a reaction speed, safety's always off, empty hand slot gives you +1 suggestion. Oh, interesting. And so then these... Oh, these get permanently slapped into here. Interesting. Okay. Learning things. Track down our gun, keep looking, maybe someone else knows something. And then we got our fun little thing. Just keep it on you, because we'll get lucky, I guess. Do you not finger gun at people all the time, like in Spider-Man 3? I hope so.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Okay.
This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Is that a street light?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
But why?
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
Where'd you get it?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
He pauses, studying the light. How much?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Shh. That makes sense. It was probably hard to do.
Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary.
Alright. You got clothes?
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Heimdall burning.
Sounds like an edgy shirt. By the light. It's 700 real. I don't have that. I have like 13 at best.
The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar.
What's the deal with the
It's
shirt?
the man from Heimdall.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes.
Remind me?
The man from Heimdall is the hero of a series of popular books based on
Oh.
a fictional version of Kotler. Mostly what is nowadays Arda NFD.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, David.
In fact, most people don't think that man from Heimdall ever really existed. But they are wrong.
Heimdall isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course, but both the man and Hjelmdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
Oh, look at that. Look, Frosty13579 is trying to place hyperlinks into the chat to then be a scam thing, most likely. Frosty, 2 seconds to defend yourself before I sick the mod on you.
Wow. What?
Yeah. Hey, Cal, can you can you ban Frosty13579 like permanently, please? And if you don't know how I can do it, just let me know. What do you mean they were real?
I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Thank you, Cal.
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect.
The hilarious thing is we did lose like a viewer on the stream for banning that person, that bot.
Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
It's for the best, because Eamdal is not a real place, and thus he could not have gone there. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity.
Sniff it.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
Well, how much is it?
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
Can I have it for free?
But why?
I'm poor.
I sympathize, I do. But this is a for-profit enterprise.
Do we buy this shirt? It gives me stats and things I don't care about, and I lose stats in something I don't care about. Anyone have a strong opinion? How much money do I have? 27 bucks to my name. Anyone buy this shirt? There's a good chance I probably won't even equip it, but you know what? But you have negative 130. Yeah, I mean basically. Don't spend it, you need it for drugs. Alright, saving our money for drugs apparently. As the responsible thing to do.
Boxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Is this all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
What's my favorite Castlevania track? I don't know.
Why doesn't he like music?
Don't like music? What do you like?
The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. get into these more experimental sounds,
I'm gonna leave. Yeah, I don't know. I've only ever played. I played the really bad one on PS3 when it came out, and then I played the one where you play as spoilers. You find out that you're Dracula at the end. Alright, we get the big zoom out now. Let's talk to this guy finally.
Welcome back. The days ain't going by any faster, believe me.
How long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
I dig.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers in appreciation of the digging of his style.
So tell me, what do you need?
There's some change. Just going around asking everyone for free stuff and money. Know anything about the dead body?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's fair.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Alright.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
What you hauling?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Sweet.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
Could I have a tracksuit?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
That's
The
fair.
man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Tell me about the strike.
Whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
What are they demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company
They
wants?
want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Alright.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Well, I mean, he's not scabbing, right? Like, he's just a driver. The drivers aren't on strike. It's the harbor workers that are on strike. So, like, he's sitting around here twiddling his thumbs, doing whatever, knowing that, like, he's still getting a paycheck at the end of the day, right?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road toward the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
I'm not very empathetic, so I'll see you
Be a
later.
stranger.
We'll probably come across some scabs, though. I bet you they're in this game based on this narrative. Like literally the dock workers who are on strike right now, like they're the main suspect in this murder case we're investigating. So like,
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
if you aren't killing the Burquois, you are a scab. Sounds like an anti-union conspiracy. Dude, it's crazy. All the anti-union stuff that goes around. Like, there's this pretty hot thing on the internet right now, where like someone posted literally their training video that they had to watch, and like literally the first part of their training was like anti-union propaganda.
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
Yeah, I think it was the AutoZone one.
As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
This kind of looks like the statuette we bought, but I think the person's riding like a bull. Your anti-union hire you for 2 times your pay. Amazon. What indentations?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Someone shot the king.
Okay, I can see it, but I take your word for it.
What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Or maybe it's connected to the murder?
If we connect every bullet hole in Martinez to the murder, we'll get an overwhelming amount of loose threads. But then again, we don't really know what we are dealing with here, so I've made a note. Don't hold your breath.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay. Mute, even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he blow through the whole treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
No wonder everything went to
But
shit.
wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
Huh?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
He was a bloated druggie?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
Okay.
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
And what happened?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the Coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the Coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
Funny.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Those critics might have it wrong, though. There's more to it than just ironism, but you can't say what precisely. Perhaps this art mystery will be solved at a later time. Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Remember, that was a lot. A lot of lore dumping. Filling out our map. Oh, there's so much. Oh, free shirt. Oh yeah, free money from the back of this truck. Nice. Hello.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response wherever this woman is. Your words fail to reach her.
Well, snapping my fingers in front of her face sounds like rude as shit, so like, no thanks. Foreign car, kept in good condition. Alright, there's where all the people are up there.
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie.
Who drives these?
Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
Hey, Kim.
A Stage Ryko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
Do I know what happened last time?
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zhimsk ruler. His banners were famously zephyr and white, the colors of the Stars Ryko.
That?
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of them. Tore him out of the vehicle and ran him over with his own tires.
Jeez.
They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The James community protested the trial, flying the colors. 5,000 came to protest.
Jeez.
Correction, 4,395, the fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
That just seems like I'm being annoying to Kim.
Could it be another Stage Ryko murder? You really should ask me to brief you on the case. But right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and guess the two aren't related.
Yeah, I still haven't actually asked Kim to brief me. I've just been goofing around today. I haven't really done any progress on the actual like case. Got an opinion?
Yes, detective?
They should have left it.
You sure you're not Jimsk?
Yes, you're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only the Jolian way. 4 to 5% maximum.
Yeah, I still don't know what we're doing, to be honest. I know the guy got murdered. Let's see.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, I never asked him anything about the case. Alright, yeah. What's about this pissing
What's there
competition?
to say? It's just stupidity.
Kind of stupidity.
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Oh, so this is a power struggle.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary, somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are 2 columns. One says cases solved, the other confirmed kills. The rows are endless. Jean Vicmer, Judith Minot, a special consultant. What was his name? Then the rows degrade into green nothingness.
I have, on a few occasions, when I was young and foolish, smoked hemp.
What? That was not at all the right dialogue.
I have, on a few occasions, when I was young and foolish, smoked hemp.
What? Is that a bug?
I have, on a few occasions, when I was young and foolish, smoked hemp.
Alright. Wonder what it says about me.
It's all part of the master plan, you see.
The highly experimental cop, but if I'm right, this is not treated by my standards. Sent to teach you a lesson. There'll only be one conclusion. I'm the finest. I mean, it's probably because I suck.
The silence carries.
Oof.
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoilsport.
He seems happy about it. That's nice.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up
What?
3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
What if yeah.
I've considered it.
So it's true.
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Barrack Cooper's super cop, don't let them tell you any different. He smoked hemp on a few occasions. What's not to get? Yeah? In his troubled youth, though.
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Do you really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there.
My guy just like loses his memory before every case. It's like the backstory.
So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Alright, I'm gonna trust Kim. I'm gonna tell him I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
Uh,
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
oh yeah, hang out with him then. Sick.
Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles. Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
Okay.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Nothing, just observation.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
Asking about falling. Extreme medical emergency, just try working at your job to fix it. I mean, that's kind of, the modern way, right? If you're having problems, just work, just go back and earn that dosh.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Yes, but containers contain things. Shiny things. They're interesting.
Yeah, trash.
He simply nods.
I mean, is it racist when he says... I mean, that's not really racist if, like, a person from my precinct taught a way for cops to walk about and look at things and train. Like, that... I don't know. Like, that's more just training. I want to talk about you, Kim. Yeah.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We have to have a better rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Tell me a secret.
No.
Okay.
The lieutenant nods.
You got glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, glasses are cool.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
That one's not great. Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm schizophrenic.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
So how do you know,
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his familiar mnemotechnique A6 and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Alright,
Good. Let's change the subject.
okay. Laura's probably stored fuel here, whatever. We got a guy up there, there's money on the ground. We'll get it. Wait, pick up the money. Pick up the ground money. Yeah, 32 cents.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates, his voice is loud as a lot and oddly screechy for a man his size. What's going on?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Do I? I don't really have a problem with them. Right? Not really.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Regardless, I got questions.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you!
This guy just sounds like a villain.
We have families to feed you.
The voice
piece of
actor.
shit.
So do we, Scott.
Oh, so this is a scab here. I'm just gonna leave. Alright, so this is the strike v union here. Alright. I guess at this point I'm gonna go do the do I have a point to spend? No, I'm kind of not super close. How are things, Kuno? Let's just check up on Kuno, our best friend.
Fuck does Kuno care?
The gardener said not to listen to you.
Pig, do you have any idea how fucking stupid that sounds?
Kuno?
Kuno's cruising his bitch on the town, and the bitch comes back griefing to the Kuno. What is up with that?
Oh, my morale took a hit from Kuno.
Get out of here, fat ass! Those pants are too small for you.
The pants are totally okay. Don't listen to her. She's trying to give you body image problems.
Found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I only have the one morale, so it was slowly going down. That would have killed me. That wasn't half dead. Literally, him calling me fat would have killed me. Phase shifted.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
You can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
Is that my coat?
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that.
After all, what?
Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secret. Kuno's not snitching.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it. Yet, that conclusively explains how the coat got up there.
Alright.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come into... Kuno doesn't...
Alright, Kuno. What do we got?
The bow collector. It's early in the morning. The world is dark blue. The sparks light her face. A delicate composition of triangles. The streets seem to grow longer, like in a dolly zoom. And there's something in the air as you stand there and wave back at the shapes growing smaller and smaller. Something that has always been there. A great see-through world. The tenderness you feel. The ghost of Revachol between you, carrying your signals. The holy messenger.
+3 to shivers. Okay. These seem pretty important to unlock, all of these. I was wondering, Psyche and Physique. Is there one of these that can, like, contributes to my morale? Or is it just this stat total? And so my morale's always gonna kill me in one hit. If it takes even the slightest of damage. I also want to collect my coat before the day's over, in case it blows away in the night. You think it's just volition? I'll check it in a second. Volition. Hold yourself together, keep your mouth up. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I kind of want to put a point into that, so I stop dying in one hit, basically. Because the next time something like that hits my morale, I don't have a healing item, and so it's just going to game over me. And I'm not hitting quick save enough. Speaking of which, let's go get this coat. I believe when I checked this jump yesterday, it was like a 17% chance.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. Yeah, I thought it was very fair. Alright, we auto-saved. It looks like we failed. Do I die? Die?
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here. Despair creeps into you.
We took a morale hit for that.
Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eaten them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Through the door? Alright. Yeah, I guess I could try.
Fuck me? Please leave the rage you have for after we finish the investigation.
Oh, I didn't mean to yell at Kim.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now.
But I just game over. Cop gives up. Oh, I just game over.
Cop gives up. The detective genre.
Oh, man. Alright, well, that's why I quick save. Kim thinks I'm cool if I make the jump. Oh shit, you gotta counter argument to that. I want Kim to think I'm cool. I'll save scum this repeatedly for Kim to like me.
The tarpaulin cloak
Kim failed.
is still caught on the railing.
Okay, I'm not doing this again because I can't just hit escape. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, we'll go back through the door then. Instead of doing a sick jump, no matter how cool Kim thinks we are, our savoir-faire sucks. I was hoping that I could get like a little bit more XP so I could put at least a point into it, so maybe that jump wouldn't be as bad, but is what is. There's also like this whole area down here that I haven't been to. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, so then arguably, I'm thinking about the like union and strike and like scabs arguing out here. Kind of thinking like if we think the union workers did the murder, then maybe actually like siding with them in this situation will that's like up here would actually be more beneficial to us. So door was up here. How do we get up there?
Scab?
That's man with jolly eyes tilting his head.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
Nope, cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Did the stream just crash? Stream might have just crashed. Hello? Anyone hear me? Hello? You guys get me here? Am I back? Hello? Hello? Man, that's my first crash. That was Streamlabs just like lost connection for like no reason. It like reset my Streamlabs and then had trouble restarting the connection. Weirdly enough, the recording didn't stop through Streamlabs. Yeah, I hope Twitch is one that's like in beta currently. They're like software for like watching streams or like recording your streams and stuff comes out of beta soon. But like yeah, I just like lost all my viewers on Streamlabs and like everything. It's still kind of jank on my end. But luckily the streams, well now I just kind of lost my stream time. So I can't even see how long I've been streaming for. But stream's only going on for another 30 minutes before we're calling it a night. Yeah, but like all of the things are terrible in Garbo. I was a bit worried that like our internet went out. I'm glad it was just Streamlabs hiccup. Looking for assistance with the dead body
Body still
situation.
hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
I was looking at stuff about Streamlabs versus OBS. People didn't really have, you know, people leaned strongly one way or the other, but like people didn't really argue as to why one was better than the other. So I just looked at which one was more popular and went with that one.
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Okay.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
That simple?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Semini Supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
That's good to know. I was like, whenever I was gonna hit affiliate and like Twitch gave me access to a lot more things, if I ever make it that far, I was gonna look into that stuff again. It's just like having the time to do it now while I'm also like job hunting and also trying to like do my continuous improvement.
Sure. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
You want to help me, Tali?
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
It's gonna be worse when I have a job. Yeah.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Alright. You wanna give me money?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Try to catch it.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciate it.
Always glad to help out the RCN. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to... You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
Every little bit helps.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
What's the strike about?
Serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
Alright. So he'll tell me later. And then we got this door. Hello.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. I'm with the police.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul.
No, that didn't work.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Tim?
It's not good.
Oh.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Yeah, you're just like the
Look
racist.
at my chronology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
It's true.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Yeah, but can you help me?
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Good idea.
The best idea.
Alright. Let's be
Ask
racist.
What kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
This is for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
Alright, we're not gonna be outwardly racist to Kim, but we're gonna be like, okay, we gotta be a little racist too. I'm sorry.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayerlight. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Yeah, I mean, like some jacked racist guys, like being super horrible and being in our way. But like, if I was like a physique character or a charm character, this would probably be going better. But instead, I'm the think character, so this kind of sucks. Tell me about the vial.
I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone does. You need to first learn about Type A and B to appreciate the depravity of the chimeric races.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it just won't make any sense.
Yes, it would seem nonsensical.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidental.
You know, we're gonna try to roundhouse kick him
Excluding
first.
The Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
I think I have like what a 1 or a 2 in like the physique, I think roundhouse kicking this guy would get me killed.
A receding genetic pool has led the Mound on reprehensible street parades. In Mound cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
I will say how this game's designed though, like having the 3 different playstyles like at the start, like it does make me more interested in playing. Like, oh, this game might be definitely worth playing through 2 more times as Charisma Boy and then Big Buff Man.
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
Okay.
As proven by the Mound and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagite are on the ascent. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
Do people like actually think like this? Is this like is that something people think? Okay, who cares? Why does this matter?
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite super-race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Like, everyone's, like, it's so, I don't even understand it. I can't even start wrapping my head around this.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Khoikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it is all just, like, made up for sure. And, like, yeah, real racism, too, is definitely made up. Just, like, I don't know, dude, like, some people had sex and now I'm here, and that's, like, bad enough. I don't want to, like, question why other people have to exist. Let alone, like, making someone's existence worse than mine. Like, no thanks.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
Yes, to an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a hand sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Al-Rul and smoking the degenerate tobacco, and for eating potato.
Potato!
The Khoiko, the countless
He doesn't like me.
Grad are all inexplicably obsessed with potard. The only thing they like more is divided into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos. The Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron, two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
That's my least favorite thing about this guy. Sure, he's a huge racist, but like, I think it's because like he talks so slow. Like, you have a lot.
2,000 years that we've been recording history. You have very little idea of what is happening. But that seems a little off.
Like, for how much he has to say, like, talk a little bit faster, guy. Come on. Yeah.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
And like he saves. I laughed because I read your message. Saves coming till you could beat him up is pretty funny, but yeah, I think like the worst thing is like he's hard to understand. He's talking super slow. It just has so much to say, and it's just like, oh please, please.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zara's ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness.
Just do what I do and just kind of space out while he's talking.
Parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Khoico to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of Tibet mediocrity. Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
So then, like, telling him we're not interested is, like, good? I don't know.
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito is born sterile.
Oh my gosh.
Like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
The worst will be if I do all this dialogue and then it actually doesn't get me past the guy and I have to hit him anyways. And I just like sat through all this for nothing. That would be the worst.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
You Alright, you have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education. Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site. The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet.
I mean, to be fair, I could just skip through his dialogue if we really hate him.
With the idea of crossing.
I'm not gaining anything from this. I'm not paying attention.
To produce a super worker of Semini
I'm just gonna.
But enough.
Sorry if people want to eat the racism up, but like,
deformities of
just melting my brain.
Were there any able-bodied races you needed to educate? You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
Will you help me?
We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way in, without becoming a race theoretician.
Alright, gang, here we go. Do we become a racist? Or do we not become a racist? Jesus. Anyone in chat want to make a vote on this? Do we be racist or do we not? Accept or decline? Are we racist? I need at least like 2 people or 3 people to say something in chat before I continue on that. Alright, we got 1 for yes and 1 for no. A 3rd person? Anyone? Racism or no racism? Do we accept or decline? Is that me accepting it then? Is that your vote? You want me to become racist, Oceanbug? I'm unsure if I exhausted my other options or not, but the option on the screen is either accept or decline, and I'm afraid if I decline it, I won't be given the opportunity again. So, it's basically a choice of, are we racist or are we not racist? What are we going with? I think our stats, if I recall, is we have no empathy. So, if we have no empathy, what makes sense for our character to do? Because, like, I feel like that's the thing, right? Because, like, a game throws this at you because it knows, like, most players will reject it. Right? I also don't want to hurt Kim's feelings, because I like Kim. And Kim seems to be very anti-racist. So I think what we'll do here is it's about that time. The stream is over. Maybe we'll just save our game and come to this decision next time. And maybe I'll post a poll in the Discord to say, do we accept or decline becoming racist? How does that sound for everybody? And then today's Thursday, so I'm not streaming again until Monday. So then people will have all weekend to decide if I'm going to be racist or not. Right? That sounds good to me. Oh, but it won't let me save the game in the middle of a conversation. Alright, I gotta make a racist sound right now. Alright, Kim doesn't want us to do it. We're gonna walk away. Alright, we can't save the game here. Screw it. Join my Discord anyway, though. That'd be neat. And no racism.
Lost, though. Buckled away.
Yeah.
Possibly imagine.
We
Leave.
still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Kim wants us to jump the roof.
Try the jump. Up there on the roof. It'll be worth it. Else there is little choice but to figure out a way to deal with the man.
Alright, here we go. Alright, so I think what we'll do then tonight is we'll just save. We only have like 3 minutes left in the stream, but we'll go and we'll run away from this guy because he's awful and horrible. And we'll go and just try to save scum the jump until we get it. Save our game there and then end the stream. And then we'll pick this back up on Monday, getting our coat, and then exploring the harbor. Watch the jump will be super easy and you'll get it the first try. I mean, that's the ideal situation, right? Because then I could just end the stream. It's like kind of time to end the stream. So like being able to just like land the jump immediately first try sounds dope. Instead of me sitting here for an extra hour just trying it repeatedly until I get so frustrated, bro. I'm like, we'll do it Monday. And I spend the first 2 hours of the stream Monday just save scumming. That seems more annoying to me. Alright, let's get up there. Because the worst thing is we have to sit and watch the animation for a couple seconds, even though we already failed it. Alright, we got our quick save.
The tarpaulin
Jump.
with possible posse
Failed it.
is still caught on the railing.
Can't hit escape to reload our save. Not yet. Now we can. Load game. Load the quick save. Load it. Confirm. See, now we're just gonna sit here and save scum for like, I don't know. Hopefully we don't have to do this too many times. Alright. Great, grab the jacket. There we go. Oh wow. Now we got it. Second try.
On the railing.
Look at us.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close my eyes. Sounds like a stupid idea. Mid-jump. Let's do that.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
Yeah, it just seems like annoying because like your teammate's gonna be, Kim's gonna be pissed at me if I'm racist. It just seems like the wrong choice. The character that pushes you to be racist is just annoying to talk to.
Martinez goes about its daily routine as you soar through the air. The loud voices of protesters mix with the engine sounds from the traffic jam. Waves crash against the pier, and dense, salty sea air fills your lungs. The corpse is dominating the yard, and the stench is nauseating. Even so far from the epicenter, it brings tears to your eyes.
Maybe if we do the charisma playthrough at some point in the future, we'll be the racist, charismatic person.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, The noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Did we just gain a level too? Cup in my way. I'm putting up a point into this, right? It seems important. But also it's getting a -2 from the stuff we have equipped, so maybe it was actually fine. If we had just changed our gear, this would have been a much easier jump. Quick load is F5. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks. You can check in the top left when clicking on the question mark. Wait, you could have climbed. You just didn't think it was disco? Well, yeah, I gotta do disco jumps, right? The trouble for me on this is spending my points on this stuff, or actually spending my points over here, because this actually seems neater. Because these are like random, weird, permanent stat increases that seem really good, and being able to have these unlocked seems important. Point in volition. Oh yeah, point in the volition, because our morale sucks. Yep, thanks for the reminder. That's what I said I would do. Yep. Oh. Accept it. Grab my jacket, and then we'll hard save and end the stream. Okay, where does this get equipped to? What is this considered? Yeah, I can just right click. Okay, so it's just a better than my other jacket. And then I can equip cool things like this mesh tank top. And this tank top. What does this give me? +1 to conceptualization, but -1 to suggestion. What do these gloves give me? Interfacing seems like a good stat. That's good. So like I kind of want to unequip these. But like that gives me electrochemistry, but like it also hoses my savoir-faire, which was my jump. But like, let's do this for now. Look like a big homeless man. Alright. Let's hard save, and then we will end the stream, right? I wish disco was a stat. Did the jump for 1 disco. Just sorry you chatted so late, Almif, because I'm heading off. But thanks for that final tip of backseating that I desperately need. Because I would have definitely spent that skill point on something I shouldn't have, like an idiot. But we'll end the stream there. Thanks everyone for watching. I want to look to see if I can raid somebody, because it's the polite thing to do at the end of your stream.